Where do we leave off at? Garys. Garys, they're usually often very athletic, usually start-up non-profit businesses. They're not really that book savvy. They can be very smart. They're not very educatedly smart, book smart. So they'll do a lot of things revolve around their own passions, but they don't have to think too much to get the job done, and they can enjoy their career as well. Gary usually is an athletic individual, usually very attractive. Get any woman that they want. You're doing a job that is given to them by a rich wife's father-in-law, or do something that they already enjoy. Sportscaster, running a sports event or a nonprofit charity for athletes with brain diseases because they got hit in the head too much. That's a Gary for you. Bob, now, Bobs are almost always auto mechanics, as are Joes. Bobs are clerks, judges, attorneys, some doctors, not many doctors, because most people named Bob don't really like the sight of blood. I have a lot of doctors named Bob. You get your truck drivers, your farmers are often named Bob. Now getting back to Joe, Joe is always a big diesel engine mechanic. Anybody named Joe knows how to fix a motor of most kinds, or they can figure it out. A deductive brain that just goes on and on forever. Fix any mechanical type of thing. That's Joe. I don't think there are too many other Joes in many other professions. You've got your fighters. Anything manly is going to have the name Joe, or Joe's going to be in there. Okay? So that's Joe. I guess we'll have to move on to the next. Then you have your Daves. Daves usually come right out of the womb being pretty smart. Very personable. They're intelligent kids. They grow up to be intelligent adults. Usually go on to have a career in sports, academics as well. Daves are usually very popular, end up being the presidents of their fraternities in college. They will stay with their friends for life. Meet up with their friends from high school and college every year to watch a Super Bowl game or just get together and hang out and bring each other up to date on what they've been doing. Did I mention I happen to have a brother named Dave? I didn't? Well, I do. Now you've got your Trent. Trents are pretty much off the chart. I'm not really sure about, I don't know too many Trents. I haven't known too much about them. But I do believe that Trents are usually very odd people. By the name alone, they've got to explain themselves right from the beginning when they walk in the door. But he says, hello, Trent. They have to say, yeah, that's my name. And then they're not sure why. But it's because Trent sounds like an act. It doesn't necessarily sound like a name. Trent. It's like I trent over to the fields, I trent with the tractor. It's not really a name, really. Kind of oblique, you know what I mean. Okay, now Dans. Dans, they're usually very similar to Joe's. They could be a mechanic, but they could be the quarterback, too. And if they're the quarterback, pretty good, and they'll usually get a college scholarship to play college football, baseball. Not too many Dans in basketball, mostly because basketball players don't have a lot of Dans, but most basketball players nowadays are black guys. They don't have any Dans in the black community.